Hi, welcome to English 113. This is your online introduction video, and I'm your instructor, Shelley Yarbrough. What is literature-based research? People want to know, what exactly is this class all about? I love it. It allows me to deal with all of the aspects of English. So we do a little bit of reading, a little bit of writing, a little bit of research. It's all there. Basically, you're going to learn how to analyze poetry, short stories, and plays on your own, kind of formulate your own opinions about them, and more importantly, what they mean in our world as well. You know, they were written a long time ago, but how do they mean something to us? And then you're going to write about them, you're going to express those opinions, learn how to organize that, and then you're going to research and try to say, and you know, these experts agree with me, and here are some of the critical experts who feel this way as well. And you have basically 3 papers in this class. Not a lot of work, but that final paper, 40% of your grade. So but you'll do 40% work. It counts as your final exam. There's no exam per se in this class. So a lot of reading, plenty of reading. So, but I love literature. So, and I've really selected the works in hopes that you'll enjoy them as much as I do. Talk a little bit about how the class is organized. Let's take a look at the computer, and I'll show you our class webpage. This is our Moodle page. The first thing that might throw you, if you've had an online class before, you very likely have had an online class that was organized by weeks. So a week will appear up at the top, and then they'll tell you what to do that week, and then another week will appear. This class is organized topically. You find all that week information, but it's just on your semester calendar. So use this semester calendar. It should be your Bible, all right? Weeks are along the left-hand side here, and along the top, you'll find what to do, where to find that information. So if in week 1, this first week here, we're completing a syllabus and policies quiz, and that can be found in the critical reading and writing section. So you'll just scroll down, and there it is, the critical reading. Of course, nothing's there yet. The critical reading and writing section. Then you have your research skills and MLA format section and your poem. Now, once we're finished with poetry, and we've written our essay about poetry, that section will be removed to clear up some space for us. And we'll open the next section, which will be the short story. I think that you'll find another way to free up some space is to dock these boxes that appear on the right and the left. I've got all of my left-hand boxes docked, because I like to free up a little space, but I can undock them at any time by doing that. But you know, I just click the upper right-hand corner and everything goes away. I strongly suggest that you keep messages always open over here. That way, if I'm a student, as soon as I get to my page, I can see, oh, my teacher has a message for me, or somebody sent me an important message. I'll see it immediately. I do that myself as an instructor. Recent activity, not a bad idea. It shows any changes I've made to the website since you visited. Also, you may want Student Services tab open, because it has this library symbol here is a direct link to Pitt Community College's online site, which we will be using to do database research. So you just click that literally, and it takes you to the library, that picture right there. So that may be one you want to keep open at all times, or when we get to the research aspect. Another thing that I want to stress is how you communicate with me. You can email me, but I'll get your emails usually every 3 or 4 days. I don't check every single day. I check these messages every day. Chances are you send me a message and you'll get a response back within 24, 48 hours maximum if I've had a crazy day. But, you know, that's a faster way to get a response from me. And all you do is you click on messages there. It opens a page. At the top, you can type the name in this bar here of whoever you're trying to contact. It'll pull up every message you've ever sent with that person, but if you scroll down to the bottom, there's a nice text box, and you just type your message, hit send, and it will appear in their messages box very shortly. Alright, so that's how to communicate with me. And I believe that's about all you need to know. Oh yes, and checking your grades. Settings is where you'll do that. And if you want to check your grades every day and you're crazy, you want to know every single second, you can keep that open all the time, and you click there and it'll show you your grades. Let's see what it shows me. If it shows me anything, I don't know. And that's what it'll look like, okay? And it'll keep a running, you know, it'll keep that going all the time. So probably a good idea to check your grades weekly just to make sure everything's looking the way it ought to look. I will remove quizzes at the end of the week, so if you haven't taken them, you're going to be out of luck. It's going to be a 0. So do check that. That's about it for the computer. Some other things people often want to know. How can they do well in this class? What is this teacher looking for? And, you know, I think one of the most important things for any class, but especially for online classes, is good time management skills. You know, it's easy to be detached from the class if you're not in the classroom and you're not forced to show up, but you've got to get the work done weekly. You may be working at midnight, your time may be 8 o'clock in the morning, but you can't just skip a week and say, oh, I'll catch up next week. You're going to get behind that way. You've really got to keep on your toes about things. So that's what I would strongly suggest you do. Complete your work weekly. It's less a matter of not knowing what I want. It's more a matter of dotting all those I's, crossing all those T's. There's a lot to do. You need to get it done and give yourself enough time to get it done well. Really consult. When I give you papers with feedback, I give a lot of feedback. I'm not doing it for my health. Please read that feedback and use it as you write your next paper to adjust things. And your paper's bound to do even better next time, okay? That's one thing I think people don't realize is the power of the 0. If you don't turn in that paper at all, it's a 0. And 0 will kill your average. And I don't want that for you. You don't want that for you. All right? So turn everything in. It's kind of common sense, but still. I also need you to let go of any academic, what I call academic baggage. People come into this class, often in English classes, thinking, oh, I'm just not good at English. I've never been good. It's not my strong suit. If I can just pass, just get out of this class. You know, let that go. Whoever that teacher was that tortured you, I'm not that person. I want you to do well. You will do well. I feel really good about it. I don't even know you. But the reason I do is because I think I'm that good. I'm going to be honest. Seriously, though. You know, another thing, you can get really frustrated with research. Sometimes, you know, when we don't find what we're looking for the first, the third, the fifth time, we can get really frustrated. Don't let that frustrate you. It is the nature of research. There's not one person who hasn't experienced that sort of brick wall feeling. Send me a message. Say, Ms. Sharper, I can't find anything on Emily Dickinson. What am I doing wrong? Help. Very often, I'll tell you exactly how to search and where to find what you need to find. I can't do it if you don't ask, though. So, sometimes just taking a break and coming back when you're fresh makes a huge difference, okay? Ask your librarians. They're very familiar with my papers, so they should know how to help you as well. If you go to Pitt Community College, they'll help you out too. So, I guess that's about it. Remember, don't hesitate to send me a message if you have any questions at all. Welcome to class, and good luck.